Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
Do you love movies? So do I. What's up, y'all? It's KB, and I love movies. Inviting you to listen to The Conversation, a film podcast where passion meets perspective and opinion. From the old school to the new, I invite a guest on to discuss the movies that thrill us, challenge us, break our hearts, or even blow our minds. There's always new episodes dropping wherever you get your podcasts. So join the conversation. We don't just watch movies. We love talking about them too. The Conversation with KB Loves Movies, a part of Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Dark destinations.
These may be end times, night creature. Why would a few more casualties trouble me?
Because their blood will join yours.
A radio drama anthology.
You are wrong.
How you figure? Every merc on Mongo is hunting you down.
Not you. Your partner. He said I didn't have a ray gun.
Full cast performances set in the haunted corners of the globe.
Darkness is coming for you.
That's the fear that haunts me.
Dark Destinations by Father Malone at weirdingwaymedia.com.
Weirding Way Media.
Now check this one if you will. Tonight we offer you the sour fruit of a scientist's failure. For there are apparently some things that can't be accomplished. And therein lies the tale and hangs the picture. In this, the Night Gallery.
Welcome back, art lovers, to Midnight Viewing, the Night Gallery podcast, where we discuss Night Gallery, Rod Serling's follow-up to The Twilight Zone. I'm Father Malone, and with me here in the gallery are the projection booth's Mike White.
Don't touch that trunk.
And the Culture Cast, Chris Stachiw.
I'm in an airplane to the moon. I'm sorry. I couldn't even take this shit seriously, so why should they?
Tonight, we're talking about two episodes from Season 3. Those are episodes 7 and 8, Fright Night and Finnegan's Flight.
Their taste, of course, must of necessity run toward the slightly odd, or at the very least, the bizarre. That's what we deal with here, the bizarre. The expected, unexpected, if you will. As in the case of this painting here. It's called Fright Night. Featuring that beloved star of stage and screen. The name eludes me, but there is, you'll note, a familiarity about it. Actually, this fiery apparition is the sort of thing that appears in strange houses, because that's what this painting depicts. A very strange house. And you're welcome to share it with us, because this is the Night Gallery.
Fright Night. This is Season 3, Episode 7. It aired on December the 10th, 1972. Written by Robert Malcolm Young from a story by Kurt Van Elting. Not a short story. Directed by Jeff Corey. This one stars Stuart Whitman, Barbara Anderson, Ellen Corby, and Alan Napier. This is his third appearance, so I'm giving him a little bit of spotlight. Alan Napier, born in 1903 in Worcestershire, England. He was the cousin of Neville Chamberlain. He married Charles Dickens' great-granddaughter. He was best friends with Michael Gough, who eventually took over the role of Alfred Pennyworth. I have a little quote of his I'd like to read. He said, "I had never read comics before I was hired. My agent rang up and said, 'I think you were going to play on Batman.' I said, 'What is Batman?' And he said, 'Don't you read the comics?' I said, 'No, never.' He said, 'I think you're going to be Batman's butler.' And I said, 'I don't know if I want to be Batman's butler.' It was the most ridiculous thing I had ever heard of. And then he said, 'It may be worth over $100,000. And I said, 'I am Batman's butler.'" There are way too many to name, but the one I'm going to mention is he was in a pirate farce called Double Crossbones from 1951 with Donald O'Connor, where Alan Napier plays Captain Kidd. That's a fun movie. You should check him out in that if your only vision of him is in Gotham City. You won't go wrong with Alan Napier.
This was a weird episode for me because it has a lot of Hitchcock connections, because he was in Marnie, and then that cantankerous old woman, she was in Vertigo. She ran the hotel that, what's her name, was staying at. I can't remember which incarnation she was at that point. But yeah, so I was like, oh, this is kind of a neat thing here.
Yeah, that's all thanks to Jeff Corey putting all the best actors where he can get them. This one is about a writer who inherits a house from his eccentric uncle whose trunk must be kept unopened in the attic. What did you think of this one, Mike?
You're given simple instructions. Trunk's got to stay here. So what do? You move the trunk. I don't get it. And yeah, it's kind of the same thing from the last episode that we discussed on our previous discussion. It just goes on for a long time. It really felt like it was taking forever. And I think had they been able to shorten it down, it would have just been a lot more impactful, the way that their personalities are changing. I think the best moment of the entire thing is that fight that they have where there's the boiling, what is that, milk or something on the stove?
The white liquid.
That was really nice. I was very happy with that scene, but it took a long time to get there.
I think to Mike's point, 100%, it goes on. But I feel like this has been our critique at this point, every single one of these episodes since season 3 has started. This is going on too long. Yeah, it is. Because all of these stories needed like a second or third pass, because they all feel a little long in the tooth. Like they just, we're going to see this thing not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's like, I don't need to see it 3 times, maybe twice. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes they don't even show you that one time, like in the 2 episodes ago with the We Can Come Up Now, Mrs. Milliken, they showed us 1. So it's like the show has this weird thing where sometimes it doesn't make use of the time enough, but now it seems to be they've given 25 minutes and they're just, 25 minutes to tell this story that maybe would only take 12 and a half. This is another one. Yeah, don't move the fucking trunk. Okay. Don't move the fucking trunk. It's in the attic. Don't fucking move it. The story's over. I don't know. This is one of those stories where, again, the contrivances that are required to get the story going feel really contrived.
And hey, dude, if you want a nice, quiet place to work, don't work in the attic. You've got that nice place where you're going to lock up the trunk later on. Put a desk out there, fix that up. I know it's probably overridden with weeds and stuff. You got this great new house. Spend a little time doing some work around the house as well. That'd probably be good. So fix that up, and there you go. You got your den. You can just write in there all day long if you want.
It'd be way cooler.
Oh, and I'll tell you what. Then I would buy the kids broke into the house and used his typewriter if his typewriter was out there. But this whole thing of, must have been some kids coming by and writing this H.P. Lovecraftian drivel on my machine. Oh, okay. Darn kids.
Every horror author is going to rip off Shirley Jackson at some point, right? Here, the house played by Ellen Corby, who you mentioned, she is a direct lift of Mrs. Dudley from Haunting of Hill House. She even has the same lines, basically. No one from the village will come any closer than that. Oh, it's getting dark. No one...
I must be getting home. I'm not supposed meant to be on the property after dark. Well, fucking God, the trope. Check mark. Check that box right off.
We didn't need her at all, honestly. She doesn't give us anything other than the uncle died and here's the trunk and don't whatever. That it could have been a letter they read, for God's sake. As maximizing their time, because this is supposed to be a slow burn of an episode and it doesn't want to be, and it seems to be rushing in some way. In fact, the ending of it, where it's a happy ending in a way, they survive and they leave, so it is a happy ending. That suggested to me that the whole thing just should have been a gentler episode overall, which is not out of bounds here on Night Gallery. We could take a gentle ghost story in the tradition of Ray Bradbury or something, like on Halloween night, the uncle comes and gets the trunk. Like that could have been fine. We didn't need all the possession sort of nonsense. Although I thought that first sort of spectral encounter, I thought was shot really well and edited very well. When he's seeing the trunk floating, although the wires were a bit much. They did everything they could with the telecine to stretch that image and solarize it.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like it isn't just a trunk hanging on a couple of lines.
You know what? And I actually didn't mind the fake out of the trick-or-treaters. I actually kind of liked that. I think that really worked. Too. Yeah. And in terms of like in a narrative sense, like to break up that moment, but to kind of stall out the moment, because the moment does end up coming that you're expecting to happen. But to give us that little fake out, I think was kind of nice. We haven't really seen it a whole lot in this show. And to your point, Father Malone, it feels like a gentler episode than most of the ghost stories in this show are of a piece, like all very samey, at least in Night Gallery. They're all like, unfinished business, or the other side is coming back to do something to hump you in one of the episodes, like your ghost lover is coming back. But this is like
to help murder your obnoxious wife.
Yeah, but in this it's like he's just like a ghost and he just comes back for his trunk.
Evidently what was in the trunk was going to try and fuck up that young couple, so he was doing them a favor in doing it.
Right.
But what the episode ends up doing is treading in what so many couples horror movies like Amityville Horror tends to be, which is it's all monetary in nature. This is a story about people who can't afford their life and they're at each other's throats about it, but it's all dressed up in the cerements of the grave. Did Zachariah die recently? That's made clear, right? The housekeeper knew him. This isn't some house he died. He didn't die in the 16th century or anything, right? Because I can't figure out why he would write a note resembling a passage from some like Italian poet or H.P. Lovecraft. It was just that didn't make any sense to me. Also, once physical violence starts with ghosts, you got to go.
Yes, the answer is when your fucking glass lifts off the table, throws itself 10 feet across the house, you leave. You get the fuck out of there like Dana Barrett did in Ghostbusters, and you don't come back.
What happens if your little girl goes into a television set, though?
Yep.
You hire Zelda Rubinstein, baby.
See, that's a great to stay around your haunted house. It's because you got to stay around for the kid. Like every other person doesn't have a reason. Okay, Stuart Whitman, pacing on creaking floorboards is a fucking dick move. No matter what part of the house you're in, including the room you're in. Just stop doing it. It's terrible. He never discusses the trunk with her. He's seeing visions of it all the time. Not even in a, God, I feel like I'm losing my mind. I thought I saw that. She sees the trunk vibrating, doesn't say anything about it. He's right there. You could just point, say, look at the trunk. It's moving. Also, I can't trust anyone who uses cocoa as a staple in their house, who's so insistent. All else, we need cocoa.
Sick son of a bitch.
It's such cocoa.
Can I, now that we've opened this box, can I mention Stuart Whitman and Barbara Anderson? No chemistry whatsoever at all. And you know, Wikipedia, it's a tool that we use. Sorry, teachers of high school. I take a little bit of umbrage with the fact that it says a young couple is the description of these two. Stuart Whitman, not the shining facet of youngness. He looks like he could be her dad.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's a more believable, craggy old sailor, like we saw him the last time, in love with a fish, that he had more chemistry with than Barbara Anderson, and that's not her fault. Here's
what this episode taught me. Dented pillows do not lie. You were definitely in this bed, and then you left.
I don't remember getting up.
Yeah, that was really strange in this. And I'm like, okay, like we have this conversation in my house all the time. Like, oh, did you sleep well last night? Oh yeah, no, I got up. No, you didn't. I'm like, what? Or did I? I don't know. So yeah, like that was a weird part of this one.
The best part of the episode, I think we can all agree, is a character named Longhair. He wanders in to take that trunk away and remind us all we're in the 1970s. Hey, everybody, do you like Blue Boy magazine? We've got the guy for...
Oh, boy. What is it with delivery boys in this series? Because every delivery boy has given the worst performance.
Except Mark Hamill. Remember? Mark Hamill.
Except for Mark Hamill. Yep, you're right. You're right. I knew there was one good one.
The exception to the rule is always Luke Skywalker.
Did the guy who did the paintings for the show also do those masks that those kids are wearing at the end? Because they look...
Sure looks like it.
It sure looks like it.
Yeah, those were horrifying.
Yeah, those masks were real good. Real good. And obviously, Father Malone, you always talk about the paintings on the show, but man, I was like, if they're not, I'm surprised.
That was my favorite part. Like the shock of it, the opening of the door and the monsters just being kids was great. Episode, usually that would be a stunt kind of a thing. And the look of them was fantastic. And I love that in the credits, they're called goblins.
I think for me, it's the one on the right with the kind of that downturned eyelids that it really evokes some of those really interesting paintings that Night Gallery has used to introduce the episodes.
Is it just me or do they seem better this season? The paintings seem more effective to me.
The paintings seem much more pointed this season. He's only having to do one per episode instead of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 in some cases. I think they're more demonstrative of the story we're getting than his more sort of impressionistic ones from season 2. I wonder if that was a directive or not.
In the last episode, the one with Ross Martin, I really liked that painting, the whole maze part of that.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous one.
I would actually go as far as to say that the painting is better than the entire episode. The painting is so good, I wish I had a print of it on my wall. Because to your point, Mike, it is, for what the painting is evoking, the episode never gets there, but that's okay. I just wish the episode was as good as the painting. The episode is fine on its own. It's just long in the tooth. Man, I wish we could stop saying that, but it feels like every one of these episodes now is just, I wish there was like one other thing, maybe 2 minutes long, just something to break up the pace of this really long story that you're going to tell every time.
I don't think this is a controversial statement, but the paintings for Night Gallery are all better than every episode of Night Gallery.
Even the boy who could see the future? Or whatever the hell that boys could see earthquakes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that in particular is just it evokes everything that it took an episode with actors and writers and musicians and whatever in just one image. I'm always jealous of artists who can just go, here, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know with my pen. Just a little skit. There you go. I don't think this is a particularly bad segment. The story's okay, and I liked the outcome, and I liked, even though they gave Alan Napier nothing to do but just stagger around in clay-looking makeup.
Oh my, he looks like a gargoyle.
Yeah, he was pretty unrecognizable for me.
They definitely had the paintbrush close, and they were flecking the black and white on him. It's I don't, like, what were they going for? Because again, like you mentioned, he's not supposed to be that dead, right? Like, I don't know what state of decomposition that's supposed to be. Concrete?
Night Gallery.
Oh, okay. Fair. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I hear you have a study in penology. Man imprisoned by his fellow man. Caged in a barred cubicle and left alone far too long to contemplate both his sins and his sanity. This painting is called Finnegan's Flight. It touches upon prisons, hypnosis, and the soaring wings of imagination. But as to the latter, a small warning. Imagination can be a double-edged thing. It can take you out of the humdrum realities, but it can also fly you to a place much less pleasant. May I introduce to you now Mr. Finnegan in his first and last appearance in the Night Gallery.
Finnegan's Flight. This is season 3, episode 8. It aired on December the 17th, 1972. This one was written by Rod Serling and directed by Gene Kearney. Stars Burgess Meredith, Cameron Mitchell, Barry Sullivan, and Kenneth Tobey. Jesus Christ. This is about a short-time prisoner attempting to help a lifer escape by means of hypnosis. What'd you think of this one, Chris?
A scene with Burgess Meredith taking flight is, without a doubt, the best thing about this episode. It may be the best thing about this entire show. It is fucking insane. It's just
It's
what
wild
where it goes, and then he explodes at one point. You know what? I don't even have words other than this might be the first time I say I was speechless at what this show was going for, because it goes into left field and just keep that. The fence is gone, folks. They just went right through it.
Yeah, I always love seeing Cameron Mitchell in anything. And the last time he cut off Elsa Lancaster's fingers and she regrew from those, I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, let's see some more. I'm not sure exactly what his motivation is, other than he just likes to fuck with people, I guess. But yeah, I loved seeing him. Burgess Meredith, he's always very close to my heart growing up with all the Rocky movies. And then I don't think I've seen his. Is this the third Barry Sullivan on here, or am I mistaken?
No, this is, I believe, the third episode, third appearance. Yeah.
Wow. And I want to say Roger E. Mosley was in that Headhunter episode, and he plays a small part in here. He's a prison guard or a prisoner. Sorry, can't have African Americans as the prison guards. They're the prisoners. So come on, guys. But yeah, there was so many returning faces.
The first thing I wrote down was, what is Cameron Mitchell's play here?
Thank you. Yes.
He acts as if he's saving everyone from catastrophe. He paints Burgess Meredith, this life prisoner, as if he's on the verge of snapping and he's going to burn the place down and kill them all, which I don't get from Burgess Meredith at all.
The nuclear level mind. The fuck does that mean, dude? It's Burgess Meredith. What the fuck could Burgess Meredith do to anybody? Just grunt and make noises.
Well, I was being the penguin. You didn't get my great penguin impersonation?
Come on, man.
Alan Napier and now Burgess Meredith, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we got to get it. Oh, we already had Adam West in here. We got the whole set.
Oh, yeah.
Bird will not be appearing. Why are Rod Serling's sad sacks always Irish, might I ask?
Oh, at least they didn't sing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow.
But Burgess Meredith is a jolly good fellow in this episode, one might say. I don't understand. He's supposed to be what? Like a genius trapped in prison? Like, is what Cameron Mitchell is saying actually going on, or is he just full of shit? Like,
I wasn't believing it. I thought he was 100% full of shit. And I don't think I'm supposed to think that, but I sure did.
But what does it mean if he's full of shit is my question. Like, what does it mean if he's not full of shit? The episode never defines that. It's just kind of seems like he's just being a fucking dick. Honestly, what it seems like is he just wants to have a prison cell to himself.
Right, exactly. That's the whole thing, getting rid of his roommate.
Goodbye, Bunky. I literally caused you to explode.
Yes. Oh my God.
To help him out of this prison. So I told him that his hands were made of iron and he could punch his way through. How is that helping him?
And if he can manifest all this stuff, why weren't his fists made out of iron?
Hey, logic of the own episode. How much medication is Burgess Meredith on, by the way? He broke every bone in his hands, and then he manifests his fingers blistering in hot water. Yeah, he locks his fingers together. They're all broken, but not a care in the world.
Why is a prisoner allowed to just consult with the people in the prison? Like, he's not shackled. He's across the desk from Cameron Mitchell. Is just like, just fucking throw this guy in the cell and just leave him alone. Just don't listen to him. He's in prison. And I'm not saying people in prison shouldn't be listened to, but in Night Gallery, they shouldn't. In a thematic fucking prison where a guy can convince another man to cause himself to explode, then this guy should be locked up, and they should do like Magneto, throw a thing on his mouth so he can't talk. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the power of suggestion is a thing that's used a lot in a lot of sci-fi. I mean, what the fuck is the character's name in the X-Files that makes all those people kill themselves? You know, kill yourself, take out a gun and blow your brains out. Like, that's what this is. But why is he the hero of the piece? It's kind of a weird angle to take here, Rod Serling.
The end of the episode, I agree with you, was shocking and fantastic. The fact that Burgess Meredith actually explodes as if he were piloting an aircraft into the ground. But I think it should have gone further. Like, either they should have cratered that entire medical wing, killing everybody. That would have felt even better, only because what we get is Mitchell going back to his cell, and he looks out and sees the body being taken away, and then it just kind of ends. And I was hoping Mitchell just started like yelling, "Hey, everyone who can hear me," and started hypnotizing everyone around him. Like something. Like, it should have either ended with the explosion or given us another sting at the end.
Yeah, what does the explosion mean is my question. Like, what does it mean? In the context of the episode, he got Burgess Meredith to explode. Could he do that to other people, or was it because Burgess Meredith had some special power? And because the episode never answers that, I kind of don't understand what was the point to begin with of asking the question.
Yeah, I really think that he was supposed to have a special power, but I totally agree with you that was not communicated effectively. It's just like, well, I'm guessing that he's not lying, and I guess this is a very special case and that he can't do it to everybody, because it's so weird when it's the end of the episode and they're like, oh, hey, hypnotist, do your trick, burn. I'm like, what? Why is that a burn?
Yeah, like he can do his thing and you might explode because of it. There are some good things in the episode. Jeff Corey directing this one. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Gene Kearney directing this one, who he directed the Question of Fear episode, which I also thought was effectively directed. I thought he's done some good work here, including just the excellent B-roll of the prison, looking through the honeycomb of chicken wire as prisoners are moving around. When there was a transition between scenes where they underlying it was an airplane sound very early in the That was really nice. When Burgess Meredith and Cameron Mitchell are talking about being free and flying in the sky, there's a sound of an airplane there as well. I thought that was great. I don't know how many pilots make the sound of the airplane as they're flying it, but
that was very humorous for me when he started making those noises. I was like, really?
It's like a gag right out of Airplane. I thought the Zucker folks wrote it. Like it reminded me of that scene where they're like, with oh God, who is it that shows up and starts singing?
Ethel Merman. Yeah.
Ethel Merman. Like I was expecting Ethel Merman to show up. Like that is where it goes. Like it's like the character from
Over Nacho Grande. I'll never be over Nacho Grande.
I was waiting for the dude from Spaceball. Because they're having Burgess Meredith make airplane noises with his mouth, for fuck's sake. Hey, this ain't Twilight Zone, folks. This is Night Gallery. We have different expectations for this show.
Wouldn't it have been cooler just to have the actual sound of an airplane and them going like, where is that coming?
Right.
Yes, it would have.
And then Burgess Meredith could have just acted the fact that he was burning alive and foaming at the mouth instead of having to continue to make airplane noises as well. Come on.
Just the way that Cameron Mitchell's, he's going higher. Oh, he's running out of oxygen. Does your face blister when you're running out of oxygen?
Well, I guess here.
Yeah. I mean, it could. I don't know.
Here in the Night Gallery.
I know Tony didn't, when he was flying his suit the first time, he just kind of froze up and stuff. But
I want to know why no one in the room with Burgess Meredith died.
That's what I'm at. Big explosion have marks on them.
Yeah, well, Cameron Mitchell is looks like he was standing next to an explosion when it went off. And yet he's just like, I'm next scene, I'm perfectly fine. Here's my new outfit. My hair is perfectly coiffed once again. Don't you know your hair can be perfectly coiffed in prison? Yeah. Or you could look like Burgess Meredith with what's either a terrible hairdo or a terrible wig. I couldn't figure out which it was. But he also looks weird. Like he looks overly unkempt. I forget what the actor is, the one from Happy Days who was always drunk when we would see him in the show and he always looked very sad. It's like why do we have to go this far? It's too bad they didn't have a moment where he broke his glasses. Oh no.
Boy, yeah. That would have been too much of a callback.
Yeah, I guess. It would have at least been something of value and again, an episode where you know what we mentioned the paintings, right? The top half of the painting in this one is a good one. The bottom half of the painting is real bad. Again, like it speaks to the moments of this episode that don't work, which is just it takes place in a prison, but that doesn't even factor into this. Ultimately, this could have been done anywhere. These mind over matter experiments, ultimately more questions are asked because it's taking place in prison. Because I have no idea why Cameron Mitchell would want to do any of this if his ultimate goal is not to, like we've said, just have all the other inmates explode so that he can run away.
He's got 4 months left, we're told. So, why is he fucking with anything? Just sit, just do your time and leave, man.
He's just a sick son of a bitch who likes to watch people explode.
I'd like to just recommend quickly, Burgess Meredith, late in his life, he was in a movie called State of Grace, Phil Joanou's film about the Irish mob with Gary Oldman and Sean Penn. He's in one scene as this old man being shaken down by Sean Penn. He's like, I'm just an old man eating stewed tomatoes out of a can. Leave me alone. He's so frail and terrified in it. It's a great performance. It's like I said, it's only a couple minutes in the movie, and the movie's not that great, but it's worth seeing just for that. Also, I did not recognize Cameron Mitchell from the Green Fingers episode. It took a while for that to sink in that was him. And then it also occurred to me that I mainly know him from My Favorite Year as that gangster, Carl Rojak.
Wow. Good callback.
Great in that. Anyway, I just wanted to shout those out to any potential viewers out there. Anything else in this one, gents?
Burgess Meredith is good, and he is the best part of this episode. But it's funny, unintentionally funny. It is a good laugh. If you want to see something truly strange, here's an episode of Night Gallery. But it is just,
I wanted to see, if we're going to go that far, I want to see him start hypnotizing somebody else.
Exactly. This is Night Gallery after all.
Exactly. He could be, Chris, I don't know if the X-Files you were talking about was the Cerulean Blue one, but he could be the next Cerulean Blue guy.
Pusher.
Yeah, I think we talked about something else where we were bringing this up, like the power of suggestion. Like it's an interesting thing, but
it kind of reminded me of the one with, was it Joe Perry, the Twilight Zone 85, where he's the prisoner in jail and there's the piano that takes him to different timelines.
Yeah. I mean, just again, if you're going to set it in prison, there's got to be a reason it's in prison. And there are directions they could have gone here. We've kind of already laid them out. The fact that they don't go there is just, okay, so he's in prison.
Yeah, and again, reminds me of The Dead Man, where you hypnotize this guy and then give him cancer. Now he's got cancer. Now you don't. Now he doesn't have cancer. Same idea.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to play our next step. Oh, you want some? Sorry.
Joe Penny, not Joe Perry. Of course, Joe Perry, the singer of Journey.
Joe Penny and Joe Perry both have a Sopranos connection because Joe Penny is in the Sopranos. Hey, everybody. And Joe Perry sings the last song on that show.
Whoa.
There you go.
I didn't realize that he was in there. We should probably do a podcast about the Sopranos one of these days.
All right, we're going to play a preview of our next episode, and we'll be right back to wrap things up.
Now, this canvas here, dark hallway, door slightly ajar, a rather disquieting red room at the end of the hall, and a very large cat. We suggest to you that while felines may look cute and cuddly and playfully mischievous, our suggestion is that you feed them a bit of milk and get rid of them, because cats are and always have been Satan's familiars. Our painting title is She'll Be Company for You, and it's hung in this place we call the Night Gallery. This item here, commentative on what A.J. Liebling referred to as the sweet science, obviously having something to do with the manly art of self-defense, boxing. But if the Marquis of Queensberry mayhem doesn't particularly turn you on, don't turn this off. This painting tells a story infinitely more intriguing than a couple of fast boys mixing it up. It's called The Ring with the Red Velvet Ropes, and it tells you the tale of precisely who is the real heavyweight boxing champion of the world. And I think you'll be surprised. Surprise happens to be our stock in trade, because this is the Night Gallery.
That's right. On the next Midnight Viewing, we'll be taking a look at Season 3, Episodes 9 and 10. Those are She'll Be Company for You and The Ring with the Red Velvet Ropes. Midnight Viewing, the Night Gallery podcast, is a proud member of the Weirding Way Media Group, and our theme song was composed by HP. Until next time, what are you working on, Chris Stachiw?
Stuff on weirdingwaymedia.com, like you just mentioned. Go there. Culturecast, Columbo, Kolchak, Chronicles from the Crypt, Dreams for Sale. I mean, that's just like 5 things. There's like 5 more. Just go. Weirding Way Media. Just go. Go.
Yeah, I'm going.
All right, we're all going to Weirding Way Media. Check out my shows there, too. Thank you all for joining us here at Midnight Viewing. The gallery is now closed.
Hello, this is Aaron West. I am the author of the A24 New Wave. In this book, I look at A24's output and I make the argument that we are in a new wave movement right now. A24 plays a major role. This book has a supplemental podcast where each episode is a brief conversation about an A24 related topic, whether an actor, director, or even a genre. As I continue research for the book and conduct interviews, I expect to record podcast episodes with people involved with the company. You can find the podcast at cinejourneys.com or wherever you find podcasts, and we are proud to be members of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.